Hello everyone, welcome to the channel, and welcome back to another episode of Oxygen Not Included. We've got our beautiful dupes here running around doing all sorts of nonsense again. But if you were, with us last time, we were setting some stuff up, and we really went hard here and finally got this up and running for the first time. And so, we need the dupes to quickly finish this pipe up because we're going to be moving crude oil up soon, very soon. So we're going to just put this on a 9 so it gets done. And what's going on here? Deconstructing some conductive wire. That's okay. And, we're going to have to set up a little bit of wiring here. Nothing super urgent at the moment. I do want them to do it. And we'll just see here. Can I get some... odds are we're not going to get much higher than that. So perhaps I do just use copper. What is this one? Steel. Steel. I don't even know if it needs to be steel. Let me actually try with copper and see if there is damage. I think we'll be okay. Let's try it with copper. Overheat temperature is plus 50. It should be okay. Let's just do... Well, let's do the whole thing. I don't think we'll be wasting anything. Alright, let's get that done. And then likely what'll happen is I'll probably end up setting it up such that... Put this on a 7. Such that we put a little switch in here or something to control. So... we'll do that, and then we have just a couple of skills to worry about too, and then we'll kind of move on to the big thing that we're going to be working on. Turner, you're not... Oh, Turner, you're fine here. Take that. You're happy. Okay, good. Let's put that on, and give you that. And soon you'll be upset, but that's fine. You are... kind of upset, so I'm not gonna do anything yet. We're gonna do that. Joshua, you're fine, and you're fine. Okay, there we go. So we'll leave, and you can do improved construction. There you go. Okay, so we're gonna just let those folks run around and do their thing. We've got the big old task down here going on. Get that done hopefully, and we will plan and we will scheme our next edition. Oh yeah, and I also asked them to install plastic ladders. Let me put that on as a 6 so somebody does it eventually after they finish that other stuff up. Yeah, okay, so planning on moving the refinery in here, right folks? So that way the dupes can run down here instead of running all the way over there, and it's just an easier process. Now, part of this, I'm wondering, I was going to put it on the right side here, but I'm wondering if the left side is more appropriate, because that way there's a little less loosey-goosiness happening here, and then the in can kind of just stay there, and the out, it can go directly in there. That's what I'll do. It'll go on the left. So that actually means what I can do is we can build the new one of those over right now. So that is under power, and it is a petroleum generator. And when did I make this one out of steel? Okay, and do I have enough steel to do that again? It just clicked it. Where did it go? Petroleum generator. There we go. We do not, but actually what we can do is let's just deconstruct this one, and we'll build a new one right beside it, because ultimately it doesn't really matter. They're not doing anything anyway in that space, so let's just put this all on a 7. It's not being used. It's just simply not being used. So we'll just fast forward for a minute. We'll let a few things happen, and then we'll kind of see where we end up, specifically with this down here. It takes them a long time to get down here, and the other stuff up top. Alrighty, so we have quite a we got them to do everything down here. The pump is, currently at no power. That's okay. We're not going to give it power yet. And it is hooked up to the system, though, so we are in a position to allow liquid to go in a powered sense, but not in the sense of being actually ready to execute the production of petroleum, because we're going to need to do a little bit of reworking of piping in here, which is fine. But first thing I want to do is go over here and set this up a little bit better. And actually, something else I just noticed just while I'm down here, because I want to fix these pipes as well, because I think that this was done in a silly way. I'm going to actually cut this here, because what we'll do is we'll kind of do a little swap here, so that we don't need to do the bridges, and that'll be fine. So I'm going to turn this off for a second. All of this water will continue to go down because it's not being used particularly quickly by this system, so that's okay. And then if it runs out, you know, it'll be fine. It'll be easy to catch up. Okay, so we're going to let that do its thing, but let's take a little focus here now. We're going to put this on a 9 so that these folks actually start working in here, because this is kind of my most important endeavor at the moment. There's a little bit of petroleum here, which I'm kind of surprised about. I wasn't expecting any petroleum to have been in any pipes, so I'm surprised that there was petroleum there in the generator that I pulled out, and I don't know, that's just odd to me. So let's try and deal with, because we're going to be removing that, we're going to have to put this here, and we're going to have to hook it up to the system here to make sure that polluted oxygen doesn't move upwards. So it is getting blocked there, but it needs to be blocked here as well, because I'm about to remove this one so that I can put in the refinery. So let's have them kind of do some good work here. They're going to be pretty quick about it. Other thing, these manual airlocks are a little bit random. There's a lot of stuff in here that was designed to, I don't even know what it was designed to do at the beginning of this whole ordeal, but now it's no longer set up properly. So we really do need to spend a little bit of time in here as well. Like, look at these vents. This is, I don't even remember when we, you know, originally did this, and I kept adding to it, and it's a mess. It's genuinely a mess. What I think might be helpful is, you know, doing a little bit more ventilation control maybe over here instead. This is kind of a disaster. I don't even know. We've even got like a random gas pipe here. It's just a huge problem. The whole thing is very, very messy. But we now need to set up the automation wire to this instead of having it here. So we're going to have that get swapped as well. We're going to put all of that on a 9. And once that's hooked up, because that's also a 9, we'll be able to really wrap that. And then part of me as well is just a smidge concerned about the potential heat load from this room. You know, we've got a good barrier here, but the barrier on this side is not particularly good. You know, we are still doing a relatively good job controlling the base temperature, but I can see some leaching for sure going on, especially over here. And, you know, there's no door to this room being able to stop it. Actually, there could be a door. I could have one of these, and, oh, no, I can't. I cannot, actually. And that's because of heavy wire that doesn't actually need to be there anymore, to be honest. This could be easily changed over to conductive wire, which would have to be copper. Oh, no, it cannot be. It cannot be. It cannot be. Oh, shit, I'm breaking things. Whoops. Okay, it cannot be converted because it's on the main line. Okay. Are we good now? Good. Which one is connected to that? That one's connected to that. So actually, we could swap it on this one and hook it up to that instead. Oh, you're hooked up to more than I thought. A lot more than I thought. What the hell? Potential load 1900, but the current load is only, Was going up to 300? Okay, well, I'll let that be for a second. Oh, okay, so this is all set up now. Good. Somebody deconstruct that as well. At a 9, we're going to deconstruct this. Deconstruct it at a 9. And let's just take a gander in here at the polluted oxygen. Oops. I mean, it's doing decent work there, but as long as we can keep the polluted oxygen down in there, it's not a big deal. I'm not too worried about it. It's just a matter of if the polluted oxygen goes too high, then I get a little bit worried, and we have to do something about it. But okay, let's grab now that that's done, refinery. Oil refinery, and we are able to put it in like this. So this is really good. There was enough room to keep that. Oh, it just needed to be moved over one. Oh. Okay. Let's put that in. We're going to cut this. We're going to actually... I'll cut a couple things here. So that's actually really good news. So I can put... Sorry, I'll push play so they can continue to run around. It's not a big deal. Let's put that back in there. Is that on a power line right there? It is not on a power line. So I don't know why this is set up. Oh, never mind. All right, it can't go 3 floors. Let's just do that. We will deconstruct this wire. Okay, good. We'll put this stuff on a 9 so they build it, and then we can control things a little bit better. You don't have a liquid output. Fair enough. We will set you up with a proper liquid output with this. I want it to go here, and then any excess can go over this way. And then I could make it into a loop. Sorry, I didn't put down, if you weren't in the last couple, I didn't properly communicate this. I want to put one of these in here. Probably on the, I guess on this level. Probably makes the most sense. I could do it up 1, but if I do it down 1 here, and I would probably need this steel for that. Let's just see, are we good with this whole ordeal? Okay, fantastic. Iron to steel, let's build a little bit more. Could somebody do that? Is that a 9? That is a 9, okay. So they're gonna be doing that for a minute, which will be good. Hopefully, you know, they can kind of go to town on that and kind of take that in. We're going to actually shut this off for a second. Turn it off. Okay. Turn it back on. One thing I've noticed recently, and I don't know if it's, you know, me being silly or what the deal is, pushing this button has become a lot harder. And also, where's all my polluted water going? Do I need to pump more in from like here? I think that was to purify. Oh no, it was to grow those. Circuit overloaded. There we go. Now you're good, yes? You're not being overloaded now, yes? No. But those things did break, unfortunately, which is not ideal, but it does happen. Sorry, so I was saying the buttons don't click very good. I find I need to click them multiple times now, and I don't remember that being an issue before. Okay, there we go. And play. Let's see. Blueprint. Bomb Lily. Sure, we're not getting another person for now. Concerning. That's concerning. Let's see, folks. Are we good with this? Have they produced... What is going on? Oh! Oh, I see. I see. Okay, yeah, that'll do it. Can somebody please? This is the weeboo, please. Not the actual operation of the thing, but the repair of the other thing. Okay, so they're sorting themselves out, kind of, sort of. This is the next kind of 9-level task. We'll get them to do this, and then, so have they given me, they've given me enough. Okay, we're gonna put it just on this level, because I feel like it's easiest to put it here. I want to put a 9 on this so it gets done. And again, we're going to just put in a liquid pipe here. Now, I think instead of going down, we'll actually make it go up here. And I will remove this, and I will have them deconstruct those 2 pipes as well. So this can all kind of be 9 level priority. They can finish that all up. Everything going on in here, I'm just trying to, you know, we gotta fix a few things. The settings here are a little off. All right, good. Okay, good. Liquid reservoir. All right, pushing play now, just so we can kind of take another look at this stuff. Liquid pipe. All right, so it has an in. It has an in. Very good. And then I want this to also go over there. So it should attach here. This should work, I think. Also, this can be a 5, and this can be a 5. Okay, let's take a look at that. I mean, yeah, I don't want to have to do all of this, like putting a switch in and stuff to stop it from traveling, although I might have to if it's being particular. What did I do? I did something somewhere. Oh, but it was gas shut off. Yeah. Liquid shut off, automation grid. Yes, it was one of these. Okay. And I might just set one of these up to deal with this. Just so that I can control whether it goes in. Yeah, let's do that. Just so I can control it. I need a little switchy. What is it called? What did I hook you up to? Signal switch. I want a signal switch, which I will place here. And little automation. There you go. And we're gonna change this up so I don't need to deal with this in a silly way. That there, and this down here, and then take a snip, snap, do that, and deconstruct that one. And let's just kind of red all of that up, make it real quick. And then we'll be able to do, because I'm pretty sure all of the liquid down here has been consumed, and it has. Nice little bit of oil though. Hello. Nails, you're very slow. You disappoint me, my child. Okay, so they're doing everything up top. Let's talk about this water work here. We're gonna deconstruct this one and deconstruct this one. And then we're basically gonna just swap them. It's a really simple thing. It just, and I think I really only need them to build, I think, that one pipe. And then it's good. It's really, again, like I said, super duper easy little switch here. Nothing complicated about this at all. It's just something that I need them to do as well. And we'll put this on a 9, just all of that, so it gets done. We'll just also fast forward. So the whole reason for this, if you missed, you know, that short 5-minute episode we did a little while back, the whole reason for moving the oil refinery, kind of threefold. Number one, and the main reason, they're running down there way too much and they've got long commutes. That's number one. And they were running down there and they were not having a good time, and it was taking them too long, and they were complaining about long commutes, and no one was actually really working the oil refinery in a consistent manner. And so this is what this is for. Number one. Number two, Steve's wearing an atmo suit, running down all that way. Really wears out the atmo suit, so it's a shorter run for them. Again, easy peasy. And number three, which, you know, these things aren't in order, but it off-puts natural gas. And I know we had a little natural gas leak at one point, but and a lot of it came down. But the thing is, a lot of this natural gas is also simply from having refined oil down here. Crude oil. And that was a bad thing. It was not good. It was a poor execution on my part. I shouldn't have done it like that. I shouldn't have designed it like that, but I did. And here we are now dealing with the consequences. of, you know, and we have a bunch of crude oil down here now, which is just not great, and quite frankly, annoying. And I will eventually get rid of it, and we'll solve the problem. I just want to make sure this is the correct line. Yes. Good. There you go. So that'll run now. And then this can now do all of that. This one can be deconstructed too. I'll put that on a 9 so it gets done. I will turn this back on just so we can keep producing oil down there, because I don't know, I don't know, it's just easier if we just have a stockpile. Okay, this is set up and done. You have no power though. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to hook you up with a heavy wire, because there just simply is no other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we will do around this way. I forgot that that was going to need power. Why wouldn't it need power? Let's also turn that off right away. So yes, loop. So it'll come up with crude oil. Crude oil will be made and deposited directly into these things. Preferably, you know, we're actually gonna, we'll leave it on, because basically I just want this to get slammed and eventually this will fill up. And that's the system. And once I feel like, I don't know, I guess I just want to turn it off, I'll just turn it off. But this is kind of like our little backup reservoir. So for the time being, that's the plan. Things are going to be in a really good spot in a second. I can't wait to turn this system on. But we need to do one more thing before we can. So this is all fixed. This is the next behemoth of a problem. We need to figure out what to do with all of this petroleum that exists. You know, I want to empty the pipes out. And in fact, I think, is there a pipe empty? Empty pipe. Let's get in here and empty out this pipe. Good. Let's start with that. That'll be item number 1. We'll get them to do that. And I'll kind of just look at this for the time being and think, you know, let's follow it. Let's follow it along. So crude oil will come up. Do. Good, still good, still good, still good. And it just needs to go in a straight line, actually. So as long as we can empty out these pipes, we're good to go. The next thing that ends up being an issue, though, is the polymer press. That becomes a problem really soon. Yeah, I mean, we'll just have to move the polymer press. I also don't think I need the liquid filter anymore. So what I'm going to do is we're actually just going to, because nothing is really connected here at all, we're just going to take the insulated pipe right up. And it's going to be a 9, so they can do it. And I'm going to start snipping left and right. So snip that, snip those, snip those. That will need to just be removed. We're going to actually just deconstruct this. Deconstruct all of this going on here. I don't know what it all is. I don't remember what it all is. Cancel the deconstruct on that just to make sure that nothing stupid's going to happen. Looks like it's all good. Looks like it'll all be fine. It's not, because now I've broken the power line somehow. There we go. I will snip this and snip that, and I will deconstruct that as well. And then deconstruct, and there we go. That looks good, actually. Cancel the deconstruct. I have a little bit of an idea of what can be done down here. This can all be a 9. The pipe, so wait a minute. And this can all be a 9, actually. So let's just go into the pipe one more time. Yes, this needs to go. This one needs to go. That's actually the more important. Let's actually turn all of these on an 8. So that it gets done on an 8 level rather than the higher level that I've got it set up on. Okay, good. So the pipeline is ready, which is amazing. And it will go directly in. Okay. Another thing, something else that was said. So before I even do this, something else that was said to me in the comments was that if you build the liquid, the insulated pipes, which are likely not going to ever leach. They'll never leach. But if you build them in insulated tiles, you're going to be like golden. It's going to be great. You'll never have a problem. It will never leach. So they hardly leach in this, but they'll never leach if you build an insulated liquid pipe in an insulated tile. And I'm very sorry, I forget who mentioned it, but thank you if you're still watching. I appreciate that. It was very helpful, because that's why we're going to move it down a little bit, just so that we have a little bit more security. I'm not super worried about it, but just so we have a smidge more security in that little change there, that the base will not generate heat. Eventually, what might happen is I might run a line right beside here, or we might have the line going in over here somewhere instead, and that'll cover it off there. But for the time being, I think I'll be happy with this. We will have a little bit of a leach here, unfortunately, and actually we won't have a leach there because this is unnecessary. This is an unnecessary component. I'm gonna actually, I don't know why I missed that in the first place. Liquid bridge, deconstruct. We're gonna take this, put this on a 9. Good, fast forward. The water piping again, okay. Somehow I didn't do an insulated pipe because I'm a silly boy. Let's actually just do this. I can't believe I did that. Let's actually take that out. I don't actually think I need this pipe in here, so let's deconstruct that pipe, deconstruct this pipe, and we're gonna remove this pipe here. There we go. Okay, is that one good? Good. And then 9 all of this up. Okay, good. Once they finished all of this, we'll be right back, and then we'll be able to talk a little bit more about what's going on. Also, I just had to save this little boy because he got over here and started drowning, so I had to turn that all off. But look at that, that's a pretty good amount of oil thus far. I could have turned off the system just so we can leave it be for a second, although I feel like maybe it should be, I don't know, turn back on so that I can do one thing over here. So we're gonna turn this back on. Okay, a couple of things. One, this building will automatically stop working, I think, once it's waterlogged. So if this goes over, it'll get waterlogged, and then it'll not drown, basically, but be filled in liquid and no longer function. But I'm probably likely just gonna keep an eye on it, maybe set up an automation. Can I set up automation to it? Let me see, actually. I can set up automation to it. So likely what would happen is I would do a hydro sensor and sends a green liquid when liquid pressure enters a chosen range. So probably, is it supposed to go on a pipe, or can I just sit it here? Hydro sensor. I don't know, does that need to be... Oh, okay. So yeah, I could easily tell it once it's you know, got 870 liquid in this tile, turn off. That way it doesn't overflow. That's actually not a bad idea. That's my thought. Anyway, so yes, what I was doing here, this is also another thing that can happen, which I'm really pleased about, because this was an absolute disaster. Oh my gosh, oh, that scared me. This was an absolute disaster, and it was chaos. And the fact that they're running around down here makes me think that this new pipeline is ready for use. Oh, you're not... How do I keep screwing this up? Liquid pipe. Put in this, please. Oh my goodness. Insulated pipe. Please do that. Okay. Continuing. So it is ready. Pretty much. It's ready for use once they rebuild that. And then it'll be good. I'll be a happy man. I'm actually really excited for this to finally be ready. because we've been running so long with this issue of not having a reliable power source, not having the reliability of a solid power source. This is phenomenal. Don't get me wrong, the natural gas generator is great. However, this is better. Ultimately, it is better, and this system paired together is amazing. Because once we run out of natural gas, which does happen, once we run out of natural gas, if this stops and we go through all of this, this is there to supplement. Because again, when you look at this line, this generates 1600 and this generates 2000. So, that covers off the whole thing, which is all I really need, and I'm very excited to have it function. Now, kind of the next steps after all of this is more tidying up, a little bit more on the efficiency side. I'm seeing a lot of food is decaying, which is concerning me a bit, but digging upwards is kind of the next step, because we need to be able to get these other resources that are available on the surface. The meteor showers provide metal and stuff. So that is kind of, one thing that I'm really looking forward to. Another thing that is growing to become an issue that's coming up is water. Water and cooling. So you can see here our water supply is getting a little low. Part of the problem with that is our new food supply requires water. The other thing I've noticed is that the polluted water is significantly reduced in size. It used to be almost overflowing, and now we are almost done. It's almost empty. So what I'm wondering is, do I take this polluted water, which is 52 degrees, throw it in here? Do I take this polluted water and throw it in there, or do I take this polluted water, clean it up, and put it in here? The other thing is, we've got liquid here, but do we start taking liquid from here? Again, it's like 60 degrees, and this one is also 65 degrees, and this thing over here is only so effective. It's really, really, really done an amazing job this whole time, but it's starting to get to the stages of us needing some form of new cooling. Because this has been fantastic. This has been phenomenal. I am so fortunate to have had it this whole time. But now we need to move forward. Now we need to get a better way to remove the heat from our base. And the question is it the steam turbine? The steam turbine for removing power, or removing temperature, it's not a insufficient copper core. Whoops. Sorry. Let's fix this. The issue of that is it was a power problem at one point. But now that the power has kind of been resolved, we might be able to do it, because what you need to do is put in thermal aquatuners to cool the liquid going through, heat up the surrounding liquid, which is, generally water, which turns to steam, and then the steam turbine, which is here, steam turbine, then absorbs the heat, and off we go. Another option, which is not great, is put all of that heat into another liquid or a gas and then dump it into space. But that's not really reliable, and that's kind of a waste of resources, because then we don't have that liquid anymore. And I don't think we're in a particularly good position to do that, so I'm doing my best not to. It's just, you know, that is also an option on my mind. Now, let's see. Can we now turn this on? Yes. It is time to commence the new operation. Turn that on an 8. Oil refinery. Beautiful. And here we go. The first time in forever, this is running. It is scary, but it's happening. Finally, it's happening. So it'll run all the way up. This has been something I thought about doing for a while. Something I'm very pleased that we've gone ahead with. And you know, we're going to be taking a bunch of stuff here. Let's see, what's the highest? 170. Let's say 800. Once it's 800, send a green signal if above. Ooh, send a green signal. No, I want you to send a red signal. Send a green signal if above, if below 800. Okay, yeah. Good. And then, sorry, automation wire. Yeah, let's just do lead. Boom. We'll set that up on a 9. If they can do that, that would be great. This actual thing can be a 7. And liquid. Have we gotten all the way up there? No. Almost, though. Almost. I want to see it happen. Alrighty. Finally arriving. But of course we need... oh, beautiful. Look at it fill up. But we're going to need somebody to run over there and start the process here. So nobody's doing that yet. We'll have them soon. And then scooting back down here, just checking. No one has done that yet. That is okay. That is okay. Big deal. Look at that. Look at Joshua doing the work of legends here in his little suit. Oh my goodness. Moving the refinery was probably a brilliant play. Because look at how much he's just working. And so this system, whichever way it goes, it'll fill this up, which is fantastic. And he'll just keep producing until this is full. And amazing. Absolutely fantastic. And he's still going because guess what? He didn't have to spend full days running all the way down there. Oh my gosh. This is a good day. Oh, I'm beyond pleased. This looks like it's going to be such an efficient system now. So much better than what we were dealing with before. You know, I can actually, I think what I'll do is I'll disable the coal generator. Because the main reason for this, well, yes, it does provide, what does it provide electricity-wise? 600. I think that's unnecessary. I don't think it's needed. 600 is a bit excessive. I'm going to leave it alone for the time being. We now have people idle for, not the first time in a while, but, you know, again. What I think is probably the best move now is looking at the liquid, kind of doing a little bit of consideration there, thinking about the temperature of this liquid, 18. Throwing in, you know, 68-degree liquid is just not feasible. Improving the cooling system is not a terrible idea, but it does come with some issue. So, we've got to spend some time here and think. We've got to think really hard. Oh my goodness, as well. This whole area has been a little mess. Wow. The area completely destroyed itself. Digging up is really the next main thing, I guess, but also temperature control. So temperature control and digging up. Also storage supply, because comically we are literally just running ourselves into the ground when it comes to storage. Who wants some beautiful decor? There we go, let's do that. It's not there, but okay. Let's just cancel that. And we'll put in another one above, I guess. This is the first time in a while that we're doing some actual expansion here. Let's put in a ladder. Beautiful. We'll put in the fire pole as well. It's unfortunate that I have to use iron for that, but it is what it is. There we go. Let's have them do that. That'll be kind of the next big thing that they do. And we'll put in a bunch of storage bins in this area. Let's also have them deconstruct that. That could be a 9 too. And then, you know, they're going to put in another storage unit. Another little storage bin there. And let's put in a bunch of storage bins over there too. Really just double the storage capacity. Why not? Why not? Why not? Come on. You're supposed to be a 9. Build it. And we'll just put 5s on this. Good. Looking good. So the question is, how much of that do I have? I have a lot, yeah? A lot of sedimentary rock. Steady. No, I do not. Okay, let's stop doing that. Let's stop feeding them that. What does the stone hatch consume? Granite. Or this. I think this is the right one to feed. Let's just do stone here for a second. No, sorry. Rock. Yeah, that would be the correct thing to be feeding them, I believe. So we are going to switch over to that. And of course we need to sweep all of this up as well. Beautiful. And copy settings into there. There we go. And we can have them dig that out and put those on 9s as well. Okay. So good. We just needed to do that as well. Kind of set it up so that we're in a good position for the future of that system. Thinking, you know, really needing to think, spend some time, probably have me do a little bit of research as well on some ideal cooling systems. And probably build it out over here. Because this is where I was kind of thinking about building it out anyway. And we could use some of the water here for steam. And we would just need to secure a little bit more iron, which is totally fine. Totally reasonable, I think. I would like to look at the liquid. Yes, okay. And then just really think about how we want to do it. Because I've thought about using petroleum in the pipes. I've thought about doing an abundance of things. But just not sure the exact steps forward yet. Let's also take a look down here, just real quick. That thing is full. What are you doing? Sorry, that is really fun. Okay, sorry. So look at that. I feel like the back pressure release threshold should actually be more like 65, just so that somebody goes and does it sooner. And you know what? We're doing actually a fairly good job here with the crude oil. I'm actually quite pleased so far. I think what I might want to do is even put in some water flow tiles here and rip this open, rip that open, so that we can really get all of the goodness that there is to get. So really good progress on this. This is a really good move. It's already proving to be more effective than what we did have in place. I think, you know, there's a little bit of stuff. I certainly need to do more research to figure out the cooling aspect. Just trying to think, you know, the best way to handle that part. I'm thinking, you know, we would have to run hot liquid in here and then run cold liquid back into the base. I'm just wondering how effective that would be. We'd rip it open here with the cold in, probably the cold one on the bottom. the thing is, this is so warm, like temperature-wise, so warm here. Yeah, I don't know. It certainly leave some comments below if you've got some ideas on a cooling system, because I have a couple ideas. I think the steam turbine is kind of the main way to do heat deletion. Apart from like I said, venting things off, which just isn't a particularly effective way to go about doing things. But do let me know in the comments below if you've got some ideas as to what we can do, and I'll certainly look into it. I'm going to look into steam turbines and some other things online, because we're at that stage where kind of the next important thing is that, apart from, digging upwards. Like, those are the two next big things, and we're gonna be heading up in the next episode probably, as well as figuring out some cooling too. So that's gonna do it for today's episode. And please don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new. And as always, don't forget to leave comments with tips, hints, or suggestions. In this case, I'm actually asking for suggestions directly on cooling. And, I always love to read what you folks have to say, and it's always super helpful as we continue to learn and grow as we play the game. And as always, thank you for stopping by. Happy you did, and I'll see you next time.